Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 1 versus 1 on Fata Morgana. Playing on the northern side as the Orcs, we've got Kubini, and playing as the Orcs on the southern side, we have got Vrax. And not only have we got the Orcs today, we're also joined by the Laughing Max. How are you doing, sir?
Heyo, I'm doing great. Again on this most sandiest of sand maps. This is like our home now.
That's.
So.
I think every game. I think the past 3 on my channel for the Kercast have been on Fata Morgana, so I think we've just got to accept that this is now our home forever and ever. Amen. And I said at the beginning of the game, it's actually Orcs versus Orcs, but technically, Vrax's Orc skin says Not-Orks on the banners, so it's actually Orcs versus Not-Orks today, so that's quite exciting stuff.
That's funny. I didn't notice that. So yeah, Orcs versus totally not Orcs, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. They are just big green humies, definitely for real. But yeah, so mirror match, it's all be down to skill. Be very similar openings at the beginning, but be interesting to see how these guys differentiate their playstyle as the game goes on.
Yeah, the first thing I noticed is that there is no Big Mac for Rex here. Big Mac for Kubini. Big Mac is starting for Rex. So you have your standard opener, yeah. No, he goes like 3 sluggers. That's why he got it early, because he has the 3 slugger opener against slugger, and shooter. And now just starting the Big Mac.
That's it. Slugger Boys are going to go over onto Kubini's side and see if they can get some good old decapping done. But yeah, I think that Kubini went for some shooter boys first and foremost, because not only have they got a lot of strategic points to capture quite quickly, they've also got a relic inside their base, which will be quite useful to snag, as they've put that little setting on where everyone gets a relic. So definitely relic units available for everyone, regardless of their map dominance here. Got some Grots as well firing in, which was quite nice to see.
Yeah, I think like not having the Big Mac in the production is a little misplayed by Kubini here. So you see what the big guy with his one-handed, what is it, a shooter can do. But now it's time to leave again for Rex, or is he?
Oh, he's going to come straight back in, bringing down a big elbow on one of those shooter boys. And yeah, I mean, he's not going to do much with a slugger boy squad, but he can at least maneuver around and keep these guys on the move, maybe even get a decap on that strategic point over there, while the Big Mech pulls away at all these shooter boys and Grot squad. But a Big Mech for Kubini is going to come in, and 1v1 with the support of the shooter boys. Big Mech will probably want to attach to the sluggers and then teleport away. Oh, he's going to go for the decap. He's sticking into it.
Yeah, so having the fight in enemy base allows you to decap all the while he is slowly but surely capping his own points, so he has a very slight economic advantage of 1 capped point by now. Yeah, he's losing quite a lot of models though for that, so not sure if it's completely worth it. So depends on how fast Kubini resumes to capping his point, I guess.
That's it. That was how much does one slugger boy cost? 30 blue, and he lost, I don't know what, 1, 2, 3 models in that engagement. So not exactly an amazing economic advantage, but it does give Vrax time to upgrade his listing post without too much care in the world. Now going to start capturing that relic inside his base after capturing the relic outside on the map proper. Kubini bringing his Big Mech down with some shooter boys. Will be stopped by Vrax's Big Mech, but the Big Mech for Vrax is already half health, so he's not exactly going to be able to square up against these guys, not without some significant support from elsewhere. Will fall back to the listing post over here, and hopefully that shooter bit will send them packing.
Yeah, this ultramarine listening post with made out of wood. Yeah, but jokes aside, he has all his outer points upgraded already. He will probably lose this listing post out of here if he has no Gretchens moving on as soon as he can. The Big Mac can repair. How could I forget this one? But still, there's no way he can hold this one here. So that's quite a lot of resources down the drain as well. Oh yeah, the Big Mac is still focusing down the shooters also, and will be hopefully be able to decap as well. So this is economy setback, but saying that the economy for Rex is higher. He has 100. He had 104 and 10 versus 92 and 10. So all the wreck advantage for him.
Yeah,
let's see how this pans out then.
He's actually overextended himself. He's taken down that listing post, got that decap. Big Mech did teleport inside of Vrax's base, which, I mean, not exactly sure what he was going to achieve there. Going inside an Orc base well, as a singular commander, it's not ideal considering that everything near you will start shooting at you except for the power generators. And now Kubini's big mech is on the rocks. We've got the shooter boys for Kubini as well being engaged in close combat as the shooter boys... Oh, there we go, going in for a flanking maneuver. Very nice positioning there. We'll be firing at them all the way as they start running back home.
Yeah, that's like the one thing about Dawn of War that is not so much true for other RTS is that if you're running away, you cannot shoot. The guys that running at you, that following you, will be firing with reduced accuracy, of course, but still, if you run away, you take damage and do not deal any damage. That's something, because everything basically can fire on the move, except for the setup units. That's something you do not want to have happen.
No, certainly not. It's a... you get no joy, you get no tactical advantage from having to run away from someone who's firing at you, so would have been really awesome to see those guys extracting themselves when they had the chance, but now there's just... I mean, what's going on here? It's hard to differentiate the blue orcs from the yellow orcs, but it's a big hodgepodge, it's a big mosh pit going on at the moment.
Yeah, especially the blue orcs also have like yellow hair and stuff. It's like the all yellow orcs versus the blue yellow orcs. Let's go.
That's it. Who needs clear visuals for casting? But we do have a fresh big mech for Vrax here, although he teleported in there, and now he's already got a big chunk of health missing. The big mech for Kubini quite low on health, but he's surrounded by a lot of shooters, and they have not yet gone for their big shooters at the moment, but Vrax has got his big shooter, so these guys are not going to want to engage in any kind of combat until they get that advantage. In fact, is he building up a thingy? Have you got the... I mean, he's got the... Oh, yeah, he has got a pile of guns, so does have the option for it, but some Storm Boys will be jumping straight, and these guys will just crump those shooter boys good and proper.
Yeah, so the tech... I was saying that Vrax has a little tech advantage, but it's all the same now. It's all 45 orc population. We have now Storm Boys, as you said. Storm Boys against the shooter boys will be very good, but there's only like one squad of shooter boys. Yeah, a lot of slugger boys. So let's see another squad of Storm Boys. I don't think they can go toe to toe in against these slugger boys, or not, at least not cost effective. So two squads are maybe not the way to go, but we see in this big mosh pit where I still don't see what is going on. They're like orcs shooting at orcs. There are orcs slapping at orcs. Let's see what happens once this settles down.
Yeah, there's a flamer in there. Wonderful maneuver by Kubini, getting a nice surround on those slugger boys there. I've noticed as well that Kubini has not gone for his chopper upgrade, because if he did, obviously these Storm Boy knobs would have a power claw on the go, and that's really what you want for your Storm Boys to be really effective. Also helps them crump any good, how would one say, there's a lot of damage against buildings as well, sir. But Jesus Christ, what is this? Who's on whose side? It's just literally like a Slipknot concert. It's terrible.
It's so awesome because it's like all have also the at least one side has this war bonus of not receiving any morale damage. I think the other side now has also. So they're like really fighting to the quote-unquote last orc. When you have like less than 15 orcs, it's not the last orc, but still there's like no morale damage taken from both sides, even with the flamers. It's like orc heaven. That's
it. They're living their best life here. They're really enjoying themselves. We've got some more Slugger Boys coming out, and yeah, okay. Now Kubini's gone for that melee upgrade. Has Vrax done it? Where can I find one unit of Vrax's? Right? Do you have a knob squad?
Yeah,
no, you don't.
He just got it. He just got it right
sweet.
now.
There we go. So fairly even in close combat. These shooter boys just running away from the Storm Boys as quick as they can. Seems that Vrax is focusing more on getting those flamers out rather than the Storm Boys. Not exactly sure that's the right way to go about it, because like you say, when orcs get into a certain amount over 15, they are immune to morale damage, but then again, if they are able to get them under 15, those flamers will come into their own rights here.
Yeah, they also do like a little, I'm not sure if they do AoE, but they do damage over time and are better than the sluggers that they have, the slugger guns. But both players now getting the mech shop in tier 2, war truck going on for Rex. Mech shop is now finishing for Kubini. Let's see if he immediately starts something. I would also assume like the war truck with the he's now getting the blaster research Rex, that is, so that's getting a lot of damage for his shooter boys and as well of course for the war truck. So I would love to see a second or third war truck as well. dealing quite a lot of infantry damage.
Definitely, and those war trucks will be amazing at keeping the shooter boys away from the storm boys. We did see one storm boy squad wipe down just outside the mech shop of Vrax. But yeah, it seems that Vrax came out on top of that one. I think. I'm not entirely sure. It was a bit of a wild one. Kubini has had to fall back to maybe see if he can keep that critical location countdown on the go with the storm boys capturing the critical location on the top right hand side, but shooter boys from Vrax will come over and see if they can shoot them down. Got some tank busters as well outside of Kubini's base trying to blow up that war truck, and we're going to see some war tracks instead of war trucks from the Not-Orks here.
Yeah, so the economy is dead even, 122 and 30 it was. Now it's a little different, a little more green money for Kubini, a little more blue money for Rex. Like the war trucks, I thought was as a counter to the war trucks, but he actually goes for the twin-linked shooters on them. I was hoping that he would focus down the war truck first with the rocket launchers that is on them and then switch it up. But he wants some more heavy, like big shooters shooting away at this Orc infantry.
So I mean, Vrax doesn't have any anti. Oh, I was about to say he doesn't have any anti-vehicle stuff, but now the tank busters are coming in over for them. So it does look like that both sides are going to rely on their tank busters for that anti-vehicle stuff. But I do quite like the idea of war tracks with some twin big shooters. You don't normally see that thing, and I mean, helps them also kill the tank busters once they're spotted by the big mech. But got to really keep that big mech alive now, because he's currently the only thing that is able to spot the infiltrated stuff. A big zap coming in as well, going to stun that war truck. So also got to make sure that your war tracks and war trucks are not too close together, because that is an AoE stun from the big mech.
Yeah, now a Stormboy added from Rex. I'm not sure what the point of this is. Maybe getting the Stormboy knob for the power claw, but now he's like hitting a war track, dealing like literally no damage. So not sure what this is all about. I was actually hoping for some knob squad action, but I don't think this will happen anytime soon. Or Rex, what are you going for? More tank busters? Over this side, nothing more for Kubini. He's reinforcing the hell out of the stuff he has already, I think. So he has the upper hand. He's standing in Rex space, killing Rex models left and right. So let's see if he can capitalize on that and kill some listening posts or war banners, or even like generators are right here in the neighborhood.
That's it. On the right hand side, he's got the numerical advantage. On the left hand side, he's got numerical advantage. Vrax, he's going to have to pull some stuff out. He's now also going to go for some war tracks of his own, but will it be a little bit too little too late? They've already got the tank busters out. I do believe that Vrax are going to keep that war track without upgrading it. And there we go, more tank busters coming in, going to send those war tracks backpacking. They've already got one strategic point down. Didn't quite get the one left on the side, in fact just narrowly almost killing it, but that triple shooter stuff going on that side of the base did manage to save him in the nick of time there.
Yeah, the only thing saving Rex is that Kubini lost his Big Mac somewhere, so he has no detection of these tank busters. So he lost 3 or more, I think he lost 3 war tracks in this last fight. He has no infiltrated tank busters on his own, which I want to question. Now he has, just as I cast the curse. Yeah, so this is now two stealthy guys walking past each other, didn't even noticing. Nice.
Sneaky
gets. War track action on the left side now as well, so there we go. But unfortunately, one has twin-linked shooters, they will not deal damage against another vehicles, or at least not much. They will be able to kill one war track, but the other ones have now missile rocket launchers, as the Orcs call it, so there should be an advantage for Rex here. On the other side, yeah, there's like infiltrated stuff going on, killing the listening post again, and there is the first Nob squad. There we go.
There we go. Big is best, and they're going to come in and they're going to slap around some of these war banners. Quite surprising, actually, that the twin-link shooters were able to kill one of the war tracks before one of Rex's were able to kill him. But then again, I mean, the accuracy on the war tracks aren't amazing, and the twin-linked big shooters are a little bit more accurate. On the counter of that, it doesn't take them half an hour to reload their weapons, so they could just continuously fire. So that might be a case against the rocket launcher there. But the Nob squad is running away from Vrax's big mech. Morale already broken on them. Tank busters now being seen by them as well. So we'll need to run away as these war tracks have now swapped to some of their rocket launchers for the big shooters.
Yeah, like the big shooters get like a big damage increase by the more blast your research. I think it's literally doubling or even tripling their damage, so maybe that's something. And the one war track was very low to begin with. But yeah, that's Vrax now gaining ground here. Left side he fend off, on the right side he fend off. Let's see how his counter attack of war tracks and tank busters. That's basically all he has, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. But I see he started tier 3 already. Kubini is already tier 3.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, how did I miss that?
I was going to say, because just as these war tracks were approaching, I've noticed that there's lots of juicy war banners and tech buildings that they could certainly destroy. But once you get that tier 3 upgrade of the Orky Fort, yeah, okay, if you go down in the war banner department, you might lose access to things like Nob squads and stuff. But flash kits and units that are unlocked by the Orky Fort, doesn't matter how much Orc population you have, you can still recruit them, from my vague understanding. So, yeah, Kubini in a really strong spot. And Vrax still under 44% for his tier 3, so got to make sure that he keeps some of his stuff alive before Kubini brings out some big stuff. But a big tank zapper managing to snag 2 war tracks there. Very unfortunate for Vrax.
Yeah, they will go down now very fast. There's even some tank busters that been revealed by the Big Mac here killing. I have to question, Kubini is tier 3 for quite some time, but he's not getting any units out. He gets more tank busters. He needs, as you said, like the no-brainer. You said it a minute ago, but you know the big shooty guys.
Oh, flash kits.
Flash kits, yes, or you can also get like the commandos, stuff like that. Commandos would be really good because you can have the multi-purpose. They would also be infiltrated and have multi-purpose. Like you can give them an anti-vehicle loadout or an anti-infantry loadout. But he's not getting any, like, now he's starting the commandos. As I say it.
There we
but
go.
yeah, he took his time, to be honest. So now Vrax is also tier 3 and already started 2 squads of flash kits. So the tech advantage he had, he didn't play out. So that gave Vrax again time to catch up in tech and field equal units against him.
That's it. It's a very unfortunate timing for him because, like you say, that commander squad. I mean, because infiltrated units are kind of the bane of an Orc player's existence, considering that they've got 3 units that can detect infiltration, and none of them are fast. None of them are quick unless you put them in a war truck. And so if you've got one of those commander squads on the left-hand side while there's a big push on the right-hand side, they can go almost undetected, and before you know it, you've lost a listening post or 2. And in a critical game like this, where it's so even and down to the wire, losing a little bit of tech, or losing a little bit of economy, can be what turns the tide.
It's quite funny if you think about it, like Orcs do hate detection and have some of the best detected units themselves in the tank busters, and they even have detected squad builders, infiltrated squad builders and the commandos, so they have really good infiltrated units but cannot detect them themselves. So this is very interesting in the mirror. Now we have a death threat coming in. Let's go.
Oh, hi, there we go. The big crab man, and he's just sliding across the air. Oh, Mr. Michael Jackson over here. He's a smooth criminal, ready to crump anyone good and proper. I just love the model for the Death Dread. He's just such a sexy beast. Big mouth, yeah, big eyes, angry hands, and he's just sliding around everywhere upon the sands of Fata Morgana.
How he likes doing stuff, yeah? He has like custom Mega Blasters equipped, I think, is it? Or he could at least. Yeah, he has them. So, but he's going into melee, nevertheless, and will fall under this combined pressure here. He was unspotted. He kills actually the mech shop. Interesting. I didn't see that would happen, but interesting. So no vehicles for Rex, no air tower as well. So he's now playing the infantry game.
Yeah, and I mean he's got a good selection of infantry in the form of flash kits, but one flash. Well, is it one or two? What, two flash kit squads? They've also got a weird boy in there, so a big AOE damage potential from him. But commandos on the way, and they are going to go for their rocket launchers as opposed to their big shooters. They've also got some flash kits themselves, so it seems like it's going to be all down to the Dakar line. No major close combat units for either side of this game, unless of course we see more Death Dreads. I hope we see another Death Dread. Now he's going to go for extra vehicle armor, so maybe a big Stomper might be on the way. He doesn't quite have the economy for a Stomper at the moment there. yeah, both players don't have much float, so like I said earlier on, really down to the wire economically.
Yeah, really nice performance. I noticed a little float from Kubini, but overall very well spent resources overall. I mean, it comes down to the fight and choose usage and the point that Vrax still now has the mech shop up again, so there's no way he can go tier 4. So if Kubini gets to tier 4 and gets a tier 4 unit, a relic unit out, I don't think Vrax can recover from this, but he needs to defend his mech shop first and foremost, because if he loses his mech shop himself, there's like equalizing it again. Big foot
storm.
Of Gork. Wow.
My goodness, that's a kick in the face that no one wants. But he's got the tier 4, so well done. But now, nope, no, thank you. You've got no tier 4 vehicles coming from that place at the moment. So
the only The only thing other tier 4 that comes from the boys hut are the looters. I think he could go for looters now. They are tier 4 if I remember correctly. But yeah, the best way would be to immediately, if he has the resources, I think, yeah, everybody's spending like crazy. If he has the resources, get the mech shop up again and get a stomper out. But there's a lot of warbinders going down in this very second.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I mean, that big Gork or Mork foot did a lot of damage to the surrounding units, and Kubini losing one of his flashgate squads. And it just doesn't have... It's got a little bit of economy, but not enough to keep that tier 4 kind of pressure ongoing. And Vrax just pouring inside the base, ready to destroy anything and everything nearby. The big mech shooting along with his custom... Was that the big mech shot? Oh no, that was the weird boy shooting some big zappy bits at the big mech, more or less killing him in a couple of shots. And what else can Kubini do in this situation here?
Yeah, very unfortunate. He has the tech advantage, but you could have like 3-4 tier 3 attack if you kind of know that the enemy can tech and will tech. He has a lot of resources spent in attack and not in units, so he pushed and won. And it's the foot of Gork and the fist of Mork, to put on some knowledge of mine.
Ho, there we go. You see, I always knew you were some sort of lore master.
It's a very nice game. A lot of that orcs, if I scroll so over the map. Really enjoyed this one.
That's it. So in a game of orcs versus not-orcs, the not-orcs have it. So very exciting stuff. Before we bounce, Laughing Max, would you like to tell us some interesting information about you?
Yeah, I do a lot of unification stuff on my channel. I do casts, I do let's plays, I do I'm allowed to do some sneak peeks for the next version, so stay tuned for some new stuff coming around the corner. I do some other stuff in German, but it's mostly not for your kind of viewer interesting. So yeah, Unification, you can also check out my channel.
Excellent stuff. All right, well, thank you ever so much for joining us, Laughing Max. It's been a pleasure as always. It's been never a chore, and I'll see you all in a bit. Peace.
Bye bye.